I'm not lying, guys. Landlords are literally begging on their knees for the city to do something. At this point, it's a doom loop, right? It's a doom loop. People leave, stores close, and when stores close, people leave, businesses leave. It's like a loop. It's a domino effect. Eventually, more and more people are leaving. Now, don't be naive enough to actually think San Francisco is recovering. I know they're saying they're recovering. I know IKEA and Chanel are moving in, but just keep in mind that only like 2 to 3 stores are moving into San Francisco, whereas like 300, 400, 500 stores are moving out every few months. And the amount of small businesses that are leaving San Francisco is at a record high. Right now, for the first time in decades, San Francisco got the most letters from landlords to cut the property tax because storefronts are empty. I mean, check out this video by a Chinese vlogger. Pretty much he's saying that every single store on Market Street around Union Square is basically empty, whereas just 3 to 4 years ago, this was easily prime real estate. This used to be like the best real estate location. And now even iconic stores like these, like the San Francisco luxury store Gumps, they're thinking about shutting down because of unsafe street conditions. We're seeing really iconic stores writing letters to the city, begging them to change things up because the vacancies are crazy. And right now, San Francisco is even trying to punish these landlords who have empty storefronts by making them pay a vacancy tax, which is absolutely absurd in my opinion. And thankfully, less than 3% of properties are going to be subject to the new vacancy tax. So if your storefront is vacant for like a year or two, you're going to be taxed like a few $100s per square feet, which is a lot of money considering they're not even bringing in any cash. Here's the thing. I think they want to rent the spaces out for free or like for a little bit of money just to fill it up. I mean, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, right? That's what some people are saying. Like, guys, the whole city is like freaking vacant. The whole reason why is because your streets are so dirty and there's just crackheads and homeless people everywhere. And not to mention, you're not helping these people who are in need on the streets either. And you're not helping the business owners, so what are you doing? What are these billions being spent on? And that's what a lot of people are saying. I love San Francisco. I love the city. It's a great city. If you guys don't know, I mean, the location is pretty fantastic. I don't care what you say. It's a peninsula. You got beaches. You got gardens. You got parks. Water on the top. Water on the left, right. Weather's pretty good. It's a pretty fantastic location, all things considered. And with all the tech in there, San Francisco had everything going for them. If they just ran the city normally, the city would be like super crazy strong. But now, with so many vacancies, San Francisco is so screwed. They're kind of scared. In fact, they are struggling to raise money, and they're doing some really weird stuff, like a vacancy tax, which is really making landlords mad. They're also doing a potential tax on several businesses out there, and they also are trying to refuse to lower the property tax despite so many of these stores being empty. And like I said before, for the first time in decades, the amount of people who filed a report or just a letter to lower property tax is at an all-time high. People who manage that sector say they've never seen this many landlords get this mad. And like I said before, office vacancies in San Francisco isn't great either. People keep talking about, storefront vacancies are pretty bad, but office vacancies, whole new level, guys. It's like crazy. Like office vacancies, they say it's 33%, but it's only like 55 to 60%. Because a lot of those spaces are rented out, but nobody's in there. Yeah, they're rented out, but everyone has left, and they're just waiting for a lease to end so they could cancel it. So every single quarter, it goes from like 25 to 33 and 33, and eventually I feel like next quarter probably like 38 to 42% vacancies, and that's crazy high. San Francisco is literally going broke at this point, and they're literally going broke, but they're not changing things up. I think business owners and companies really just ask for a few things, right? Having a little bit of stricter regulations and also just cleaner streets, right? I mean, even San Diego has a rare W these days. They pretty much made homeless camps on streets totally illegal. They cleaned it up. At the same time, they offer several services for people who are in need and designated areas for homeless camps. That way it's organized, it's clean, and I think it's a good compromise for everyone, right? So San Diego, rare W. I think they saw San Francisco and they all got freaked out. But the crazy thing about the San Francisco bill was, the San Diego bill was, it barely passed, so there's like a lot of opposition. It's crazy. I don't know what California is doing. At this point, even like Napa Valley and like the wine areas are going to be facing some pretty big hotel foreclosures. San Francisco at this point is so screwed. It's like a massive, like, I don't even know what to say. They're running themselves to the ground at this point and nothing's being done. Nobody cares. Like, iconic stores close, Salesforce leaves. Do they do anything? Barely anything at all. Check this out. Back then, Banana Republic and Lululemon both have very big, prominent stores. Banana Republic took up the entire block. Lululemon was everywhere too, but now with so much crime, yeah, they're moving down as well. I mean, everyone's leaving, everyone's going to Florida. Look at how vacant these streets are. I mean, this area of San Francisco, just a few months ago, would have been completely packed. But now it's empty. A lot of the stores are closed. This hotel is gone, which basically means there's no tourists walking around to shop at these areas. It's completely empty. Stores are closed. It's getting worse every single day in San Francisco. Every single day, I always see like new stores closing, new stores just going out of business. Crime, drugs everywhere, violence problems. Even the federal building has announced that they are going to be working online from now on indefinitely until they say it's okay to come back to the office, because the federal building just looks like this 24/7 all the time. This is probably not a place you want to walk to work. It's constant. It's like this all the time. Just open air drug markets, people getting high. And it's crazy to see the number one tech city in the United States running themselves to the ground, and people just leaving for places like Las Vegas, Austin, Miami, stuff like that. I mean, it just looks like this. It's sad because San Francisco is actually a pretty fantastic city. But of course, they're not going to change. A lot of these companies are leaving. This is why a lot of big stores, right, like Whole Foods, Nordstrom, they are spending millions to move. And they know that the chances of coming back after they move will be very difficult. So they hire a lot of analysts to analyze a city to see, is the city even worth it in the next 5 years? And pretty much a lot of the data they gather was no. San Francisco is probably not going to change, and it's going to be Detroit 2.0. I mean, do you really think they'll change at this point when this many stores and this many office vacancies are on the market? If they don't change now, they're not going to change ever. And this is why so many stores are leaving. They're gone. Very few landlords right now are happy. Most landlords are pretty messed up and they're pretty angry about the situation, because a lot of landlords, they have like this building, it's passed down to generations. It's like generational wealth, and now it's gone. Right? Property prices are down like 50%. Nobody wants them. I mean, even Manhattan property prices are holding pretty steady, but San Francisco property prices keep going down. Don't buy any condos, especially don't buy any storefront property in San Francisco. You're going to regret it. The chances of a store coming in and opening here is slim to none. Nobody wants to open a store in San Francisco right now. And like I said before, the vacancy tax is really dumb as well, but let's see what happens. Landlords are not happy right now in San Francisco, and they're literally going broke.